Jesus freak here. There's a lot of songs I like to listen to. And there's a few songs I like, but for one reason or another I can't listen to. They might be too triggering, they might be too upsetting. Earlier today I was in a conversation with some friends in my chat room. And we were talking about use of Western music in Studio Ghibli films. Because someone brought up Take Me Home Country Roads. And I brought up that another Ghibli film used The Rose. And I proceeded to quote the entire song as I was playing Leanne Rimes' version. I don't have Bette Midler's on my computer, but I do have Leanne Rimes' version. And I'm like, I love the song, but it's not something I can listen to very often because it's just, it triggers my depression. And I got to thinking, there's various reasons that I can't listen to this song or that song. And it's not always that I have trouble with how they sound or whatever. For example, Martina McBride, about 20 years ago, she had a song called Concrete Angel. And I said, the song's just too upsetting for me. I can't listen to it. Because it hits too close to home. You see, it's a song about a child who's, despite people seeing the obvious signs of abuse, they look the other way. And her parents beat her to death. I said, I can't listen to that because it's too upsetting. Because it hits way too close to home. I have literally a visceral reaction just listening to it. But it's not a bad song and I don't dislike it. I just can't listen to it. And maybe it's an unusual thing to think of, one can like a song and not be able to listen to it. There's a lot of songs like that for me. And because of, the mind works in weird ways. If you're depressed, if you have chronic depression, you could go for a long time without it really affecting you, and then just something triggers it out of nowhere. It could be anything. Once it was Bonnie Tyler's version of Making Love Out of Nothing at All. Anything could do it. When it happens, usually for me, the best way I've learned to deal with it is just ride it out. Because it's basically what it is. It's a wave. Just ride the wave. Catch a wave and you're sitting on top of the world, right? But that's, you know, different ways best for, other people handling it. And, you know, you you got these songs do that, if you know they tend to do that. Sometimes you need that effect. Sometimes I will deliberately listen to something just because I'm riding a wave, so to speak. Burn out my depression just by riding it. Because usually, just lasts for a little while and then I'm fine. I know that's not the case with everyone, but for me it is. It's like, you get to a point, you understand how you work. You understand when these things happen. You understand things that might cause something to come. You might understand ways that make it easier to get out of that situation. And as long as it's not maladaptive, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Emotions aren't necessarily a bad thing. It's what you do with them. It's when you try not to let them affect you at all that they poison you. And that's what I don't want. Jesus freak out.